Alright, here we go, the grand finals of Carbuncle Corner's Silver Bracket. This is...
Lolo, after a massive lower bracket run, taking the way through several rounds and finding himself up against Buck in the grands.
A little bit of a surplus of blues making things awkward for Lolo's chain building, but at the same time, Buff's GTR looks to have like a small... the Puyos just look a little bit awkward for it to like fully work. It can work eventually, as we're seeing like the fix take place, but is one of the players going to make a move? Okay, power 2, and Lolo chains away. Now Buff has basically...
Buff needs another 3 links at least.
Okay,
There's one. That's not going to be enough.
That is going to be an 8 chain. I'm not exactly sure if like that's going to be able to counter a moon. None of those Puyos, the last 2 columns connect. Lolo going to decisively take game 1, and even going to finish it off with a 5 chain with a 1-3 stairs.
That's just showing off.
Oh boy, you always gotta love the spaghetti stair builds.
Okay, here we go. So, Lolo's GTR being interrupted by that singular garbage Puyo from Bup here, and ending up on a slightly more awkward board than was intended, I think. Bup, meanwhile, giving a little bit more time here to set up that base of the GTR. Lolo actually finding the 7, 8 even, and opting to extend. Buck is a couple of links behind once again, and sends off a 2-chain poke to try and do something. Lolo just counters it and is in a very, very tough position. Buck trying to find a way to extend this chain, and it's feeling more and more awkward.
Yeah.
And it's not going to find a way through.
Buffton wasn't able to find a yellow, but even then, placing the green on top of column 2 was...
a choice.
Was a choice, yes. Needed to get like damage off immediately, just to find like a safe way to make the trigger, and unfortunately that probably was a bit of a miscalculation or something similar to that. But...
So we've got 3 even chains this time. Lolo's trigger actually being blocked off there slightly. Not going to be too much of a problem. I think Lolo just chains off the garbage and it's fine. But in a fairly comfortable position, has enough to counter at the moment, I think.
Okay.
Lolo going to set it off at 8. I think Buck had the opportunity for a 9 and didn't take it.
I think this is actually I think this is a 10 chain actually. Those reds connect. Yeah, it is a 10 chain.
They do.
However, it is not enough to counter. This is now a struggle match in between these 2 players. However, I think Lolo is opting to go for a fair bit of power with this chain. Okay, well, we're seeing it. Power 4, but what does Buff have in response? This is going to be another 4 chain. 1 singular point of garbage. That is absolutely worthwhile as Lolo is able to counteract. However, thanks to that inventive building, Buck does have a power 2 in response, and swamps a bunch of Lolo's board, and now Lolo is not able to get to their resources out in time. Yeah,
where's Lolo's chain here? Is there a chain? Oh no, there it is.
Okay. Good use of resources, able to find like some power in the blues. Now, does Buff have anything in response?
It's not gonna be enough.
Nah, the way how the pieces were distributed within the and how they were placed on Buff's board, not able to do anything. Lolo taking a game, taking yet another game. All right, Lolo keeping things interesting, coming in from the losers bracket. It is able to might be able to get the bracket resets. Who knows? Okay, just making the build as stable as possible. Ooh, okay, finding like a nice little, nice little, trigger point there for the chain. Unfortunately, that ending doesn't quite work fully, as it's going to be a 9 chain, but let's see what Buff has in response. Ooh, this...
That power doesn't quite match the length.
Yeah, it's not quite a top out, but that free follow-up is just going to seal the deal, and Lolo taking a 4-point lead.
Yeah, Lolo really kind of like coming in clutch with the follow-up straight after. Making sure that Bob was topped out completely and didn't have any room to dig. Got GTR from Buff. Lolo... Yes. We had a GTR and then the L went backwards, I think. So we've got this kind of binding going up, chaining relatively effectively. Buck is pretty even and should be able to respond. We move the greens. There it is. I think Buck's maybe a chain link ahead.
Yeah.
Lolo has a little bit of time to respond. Not all the time in the world.
Thing is that, like, that lack of time is... Yeah... If Lolo had like a green in there somewhere, just like one more piece, that might have been enough to survive that, but Buff does get their first point of the set.
Yeah, tricky chaining around all those garbage Puyos when they're all stacked like that. Okay, we've got GTRs out from both. A little bit of high on the column 1 there. Got like a key in the second layer this time. Finding a way to make those reds work, and okay, we've opted to take the greens early. Really wants to send this off now, but doesn't quite have a response quite salvageably. Or maybe not. Lotus isn't a full chain. So there's greens in column 1 and the blues in 2, and they're not coming quite fast enough.
Okay. So,
a bit of a GTR into key from Lolo again.
And
GTR into stairs.
Yeah, two stairs, just always, just the overlap. Ooh, wait, no, that's not quite an all clear. Not just yet, no. I think Buff was...
Puyo rewarded not quite an all clear. Commiseration prize. Drops the wind screen on the top of your board.
Ooh, okay. Buff just sends off that chain in response, I feel like that's a little bit behind. Probably just trusting in the power of their tail, but that's star and 2 rocks worth of garbage. That's nowhere nearly enough as Lolo takes yet another point ahead.
It's a very quick win from Lolo there. Couple of GTRs coming out, very similar colour use.
Buff having a bit of like Lolo's problem where it's like we're restricting the GTR and not like building up column 1 at all, but is able to fix it fairly quickly. Ooh, and I do see possible opportunity for harassment as Buff does go for it, as Lolo is forced to set off their chain trigger. Ooh,
wait, there's a head here, and I'm not sure Buff was in that.
Oh no! Okay, I see what Buff was going for there. Like, they wanted to make it so that like the greens would tail into itself and continue the GTR extension that way. But the thing is that because it used the ghost row and they didn't have like a place to vault over it, that ended up just completely blocking their trigger. And like it was like, it's a smart move that I like to go for sometimes. However, you need to also have the space in order to get like the piece to actually set off your GTR out in time. It's very unfortunate for Buff there. But anyway, we keep on keeping on. Lolo's got their GTR already and set up, and so does Buff. The purples will cut into the chain if Bup doesn't do anything about that trigger in time. Needs to pop those purples somewhere in the chain. Okay.
Or outside of the chain.
Oh.
That's a 9 out from Lolo. I think we've got an 8 from Bup.
Yeah, that is. Oh, okay. Yeah, that is an 8. The purples do work, but unfortunately, it doesn't work well enough. Lolo taking a...
just banking on the power there.
Yeah, Lolo taking a very commanding lead. 5 games up.
I think Lolo's definitely gained a bit of flexibility in the beginnings of the chain. Like very early on, we saw like very kind of inflexible GTRs with that column 1 problem, and now we're seeing a lot more kind of variety in those like first 3 columns.
Oh yeah, ooh, that hits. Now Lolo needs a purple. Lolo is going to get like a couple of pieces just to dig out of it, and now the chain is very much accessible. And
accessible, much shorter.
But funny thing is that like in that, oh no, one of
the purples.
No, yeah,
oh,
yeah.
It's enough.
No, it is enough. Oh, I think what happened there was that like Lolo sent like a small like small one chain there, and because of the way how the ghost row works, it cannot vault over like a nuisance Puyo that's inside of the ghost row, and like I think Bup was able to make it out, but because a piece landed that they couldn't see coming, Bup just wasn't able to do anything about it. Why is the ghost roll like this? Can I move? Can't I, please?
Spice interaction.
That's spice, but oh man. But man, sometimes I'm just not.
Chain out from that.
Yeah, this is a really good chain, but oh my goodness, sometimes I do not like spicy food.
Oh, Lolo, yeah, no response here.
Yeah.
Drawing back a point onto the board. There's quite some distance to make up, but...
it's still very much doable.
Yeah. Pair of Bups go, for sure. Just kind of catch Lolo off guard.
Okay, fairly standard GTR into 2-2 stairs. Actually from both sides. Now...
and then we've got this 3-1 stairs chain flare on Bups. Lolo opting for more of a key to... okay, no, it's been adopted to children actually. Got an 8 chain in there. 9 even.
Ooh, okay.
Lolo goes for it. Risky.
Yeah.
Risky.
Ooh, that is an 11
is
chain from Bup.
11 even.
Now, I believe Lolo has a power 10 ready and waiting. We've seen the power win over small chain before. Will this be enough? No, that is 2 rocks of garbage, exactly enough to top out Lolo. This time the power does not quite match the raw chain length. And hey, Bup was about to have an all clear there.
Hey, identical builds.
Okay.
Oh yeah, a GTR both sides. A little bit of harass coming out from Bup. And Lolo not going to be too upset. We've got... okay, we've got this blue trigger on Lolo's. Going up for... ooh, really, really opportune garbage placement onto Bups there.
Okay.
But Bup can now chain off the greens.
Slight harassment makes it a little bit awkward for Lolo to get back to their chain trigger, but... ooh, wait, okay, is able to neutralize it fully, and Lolo is in a fairly good position to kind of set a full trigger, but Bup is going to go for a full harassment. However, Lolo is able to find the good pieces for an extension, I do believe, with a nice little tail on top of the GTR. This is very much within Lolo's favor to win this game. I do not see how Bup can actually like make this back. That is a really nice back foot chain, but unfortunately raw chain strength in that situation is not going to do much for you. Lolo taking yet another point. I believe 2 games until they're able to reset the bracket.
Lolo, yeah, keeping up this commanding lead. But finding matches, but is it enough?
Being very dominant.
Still a chance.
Yeah, Lolo is being very dominant at this point.
Yeah, considering Lolo had a very long, like, lower bracket run earlier, like, this is quite the comeback.
Well, we'll see if they can make it. Chain is away from Bup's end, and this is going to be a flat but clean power chain. Power 7 into the 8. Lolo finding a chain in response, but I don't think this has nearly quite as much power. It's going to end on the 7, I do believe. That is a star and 4 rocks. Oh wait. Okay, no, it's not a first to 11. It is simply just match points. Okay.
First to 10.
Yeah, first to 10.
Do you know who knocked Lolo out of the winners bracket earlier?
From what I remember, from what I remember, was it Bup actually? I'm trying to remember myself. I don't have the bracket information because because I'm doing this post commentary, and we were asked to do it to do this fairly blind, and I'm just trying to go from memory. I believe it was Bup though, but I could be mistaken on that.
So this could be a vengeance match.
Yeah.
Really nice 9 chain at the ready from Bup. There we go. Okay, both players like handling this auto start really nicely. Cancelling each other's out and then going for these nice chains. Barely kind of impacting the match at all. Lolo conceding there, not having anything to contest that tension.
Yeah, Bup just had like just a really clean build, while Lolo was kind of stuck. Lolo was just kind of stuck having a very awkward build. Still, a 6-point comeback is a lot to ask for, and for as volatile as the game as Puyo is, like, it is very well within Lolo's power to just reset the bracket. Ooh, okay. We're seeing a 7 chain coming out from Bup's end.
Lolo got nice counter it.
Yeah.
Was 7 chain there too, that's just gonna...
Not quite counter, and instead, Bup does have a follow-up instead, having a very powerful free chain, like that, and that kind of blocks Lolo's chain just a bit more. No reds, no place to vault. Bup taking yet another game.
Yeah, but really kind of like keeping the momentum up and then keeping that pressure on Lolo after that chain came out. I think Lolo had a red but placed it in the ghost row mistakenly, which is awkward, but I'm not sure Lolo could have made a comeback there at that point anyway.
Yeah, it was just a bit too far behind. Bup building the tail fairly nicely. Oh, and lucky colors for Bup, able to find the outs. This is going to be a simple but clean 8 chain. I don't think Lolo has anything.
Okay.
I mean, well, yeah, anything to counteract Bup's chain. I mean,
Yeah.
it is a good response, but Bup's chain just too clean, too far ahead. Suddenly, like the 6-point comeback is the 6-point comeback.
Psyched.
Yeah. It's not looking so likely. Suddenly it's not looking as quite as unlikely as it did previously. Lolo's building there, having like a bit of a sandwich transition. It honestly is looking to be a little bit awkward. Meanwhile, Bup's chain, fairly clean. That's a lot of Puyos that Lolo needs to burn in order to get to their trigger. And just takes it. This is okay. This is tournament point for Bup.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Made a 5-point comeback.
9.
Can Bup make it a 6?
Pressure is on now.
Okay. Oh, I think the pressure might be getting to Bup a little bit. That is a misdrop GTR, and that doesn't really work quite as well. However,
What's the 6 chain?
is able to find something. Just needs
Not a 6 chain anymore.
just needs to actually like find their trigger pieces. Needs to get back to their greens. Needs to dig down and like find the trigger.
Those garbage pools were quite timely from Lolo. Getting those 2 or 3 layers on top of the reds and greens with
Lolo is making this so awkward from Bup. That's a 4 chain.
Yeah,
That is a lot of garbage. That is a lot of garbage taken. Oh no! And probably could have found like an out if there was like if Bup used the reds, but unfortunately for Bup, this is now a bracket reset. Okay, and I guess with that we're going immediately into the true finals match. And this going this late into the night, the background has changed as well. But to the night version of this. Okay. Well, we're starting off. We're seeing Lolo coming up swinging, and it hits just enough garbage to top out Bup instantly.
Lolo really got the wind in their sails now. Okay, Bup with the GTR, Lolo with the GTR. I like Bup slightly more, I think. We've got the 2 stars there. We've got the Y-shaped continuation on Lolo's into an L-shape.
Ooh, have a little bit of a sandwich continuation from Bup's end. Not quite like the sugar on purples, but still it is fairly adequate enough. Now, what does Lolo have? Lolo is able to find... Ooh, okay, I see where this is going. The greens, I believe, do tail. That is like a bunch of power. It is a 9 chain. How much does this counter? Only 1 line of garbage. Barely anything. We're still in it.
Wow, completely even there. Just brilliant chains. I've got low poke from Lolo, look back and forth. Well, ooh, that's quite a nice 3. That's quite a lot.
Yeah.
That doesn't have anything.
Wait a second though. If they pop those blues, oh, okay. Hold your horses. Look at the way how this reds work. Into the purples, into the greens. That is a 7 chain.
Wow, that was a really impressive find. Really, really good use of material.
Yeah.
And having a 3 chain to follow up there as well, just to make sure that the match is closed out.
Yeah, I think like with the way how that chain worked, like I saw like how the trigger on purples, but it was like blocked by a single garbage Puyo. So now it's like wondering, like, hey, what are they going to actually like do? What are they actually going to be able to do with this if it's like blocked off? And what Bup was able to do was just like take that small bit of garbage and just dig down in time with where Lolo didn't have that many resources. Sometimes garbage taking can, especially in struggle matches, can really just really help chain positioning. But anyway, speaking of chain positioning, Lolo needs to do like a lot of fixing. However, Bup very much in position just to set off full, and Lolo kind of struggling just to find like something clean to worm their way out of this. However, this is going to cut on the purples if it doesn't do already. Lolo just realizes it and concedes it, not even opting to set their chain off. Bup taking the lead this set.
Yeah, it was a really awkward chain from Lolo there, where there was the option to take the 6 route with no real option to extend it, or the 4 route, which kind of like had an option for extension but was way behind what Bup had to offer.
Yeah. Now,
GTR's out from both players once again, keeping it quite even. That garbage Puyo is an awkward position for Bup, but should be able to chain around it.
It is able to chain around it and is going to set it off. Now, the thing is, this does cut because of the way how it works. Lolo's doesn't. And Bup is just sending out the chain immediately. I'm I'm not exactly sure what else you can do in that situation because an 11 chain is an 11, and you're already fighting so much on the back foot after losing so many of those resources. That wasn't a good opportunity. Just extremely unfortunate cut from Bup's end, and Lolo ties up the set.
Whoa, got Lolo. But what's Bup doing? Whereabouts Puyos? Where does Bup have any Puyos?
Okay, well, we're seeing like something of a counter chain.
Countering to 3, countering 3.
Not exactly that much, as Bup still has like plenty of resources on the board. Just how do you want to send this off? Ooh, okay. Opts to go for the 5-chain extension route with some very good awareness. Those purples do tail, and Lolo doesn't have anything. Bup taking Bup taking the set yet again.
Well,
Set lead.
Bup taking lead is a contrast to last set where Lolo was ahead for almost the entire set.
Yeah.
What's changed? Has Bup figured out how to play into Lolo?
Like that's the thing with Puyo. You like you may actually like be able to pick up on some of their habits. What's like your opponent is what your opponent is good at. What are they strong at? What are they weak against? How should you like approach like trying? Because like Bup, as we've seen earlier, fairly strong at both the harass and the chaining game, and like probably having like a small option select of like what you can do. However, unfortunately for Bup, like yeah, Bup's chain does cut slightly. Lolo's also a little bit, but is slightly more powerful, and Bup does not have access to the rest of their chain. Lolo tying it up yet again.
Hey, very familiar fonts again.
Very
Lolo leading that first column again for a couple of moments, but not capitalizing on it. We've got these kind of 6, 7, 8 things coming out from both. Lolo, Garbage Puyo are going to be in the way, but like Lolo chaining around it with greens can definitely chain further that. Yeah, okay, there we go. We've got the reds. We've got a very nice chain out there. That's massive. Both full chains coming out. That's cuts because of the greens, and I think Lolo's gonna get that one.
Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately for Bup, like a lot of their chains are just like cutting in, and that's allowing Lolo to just like overpower them. Like they need to work. Like Lolo's consistency with GTR has just been so reliable in this part at this point of True Finals, and as far as I'm seeing from Bup's side, like these like chains are looking a little bit unstable. Like they can still very much work, and it's still like finding like out, but like these awkward scenarios and situations are getting into just really bad situations. Okay, that is an 8 chain coming out.
Lots of power in the early connections.
I think, yeah, I think that's gonna be like a huge difference maker, as like both are 8 chains, but Bup is able to tie up the set yet again with that.
Yeah, using that early power. Yeah, you barely ever see that, do you? It's like you usually get power in like the later links of the chain than these like 8 nodes. Yeah, taking it in that early chain and like just pushing it slightly beyond what your opponent had. That's quite good. Okay, what have we got? We've got a couple of 7 chains, probably. Little poke up from Lolo. But doesn't really have a trigger here.
Oh, okay.
Blues are okay.
Blues are okay, but just accepted one single line of garbage, and that is just going to be enough just to top out, especially that close up the board. Like, getting any amount of garbage at that high up is just devastating. And Lolo fully capitalizing on that opportunity. It's a simple haha, 1 or 2. It can just make all the difference.
At the right time, that's so powerful. We've got... That's interesting. So we've got, what, GTR into key, into 1-3 stairs, into, like, another GTR.
That is kind of, like, funky as far as it goes. It's fairly clean, all things considered, because I don't really see any cuts anywhere. And we're just gonna see it set off, but, unfortunately, Buff's build, despite being more conventional, does cut a little bit as the reds do not work fully, and that is and that change
loses 2 links off that.
Yeah, takes a lot off of it. Lolo again taking a bit of a lead here, very much in the driver's seat to take the silver bracket, but as we've seen, but may at the very end get a second win and just claw back so many games. We'll just see how this plays out. Okay, small little 2-chain poke coming in from Buff. Okay, opting to go for a small little extension on the reds, or just a 3-chain harassment. Meanwhile, forcing Lolo to set off full, and now Buff has all the time just to build a follow-up. And okay, well here we go. I believe that was a 9-chain coming in from Lolo's end. Let's see.
Confident 9 from Buff as well.
Yeah, only that there is a lot more reds from that side. And the last part of the chain is the most important, as that's where you get your biggest multiplier, and that amount of garbage is enough to swamp Lolo. Buff is still clawing this set back.
Oh, yeah, this set compared to the last one, they've kept it so much closer, I think. But just not letting Lolo run away again.
Okay, okay. That's fairly interesting as far as things go. The garbage chain works, but I don't know if that's going to be like the cleanest option for Buff. But I think they just have to roll. I think they just have to roll with it and just risk spending like too many resources. I think they're just trying to go for a harass chain, but Lolo, chain ready on deck, and that is just full off. Buff just realizing the futility of the situation, tops themselves out.
Big victory.
3 games to win the entire thing, 5 for Buff.
Lolo leaving myself vulnerable again. Buff doing the same actually.
Oh boy, that is not looking good for Lolo. That like, unless if you're trying to convert that into a poke, which they do.
Very kind of gnarly stack there, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, red trigger now, looking a lot more comfortable.
Oh no, the ghost row again. Like, Buff isn't able to vault anywhere, not able to pop anything. Lolo taking yet another point.
Okay, Lolo steadily edging ahead now.
Okay, well, we'll soon see. Double GTR, identical build. Well, not anymore. Oh. But I guess... Okay, but now I guess, like, Buff wishes that their chain was identical, as a quick all-clear is going to give Lolo so much momentum, and Lolo is now ready for a small little, counterattack. 2-chain is not going to do much. Strong free coming in from Buff's end, though. That is going to even it out just a little bit more.
Yeah, I think Buck was probably banking on the chain kind of like out damaging the
Okay, Lolo.
Ooh, good timing.
Yeah, Lolo didn't just like accepted the garbage instead of just like taking something weaker, not exactly staying in the game. Unfortunately, going for chains over survivability, which did not end up working out in their favor. Okay, Bup has a lot of power going in for this chain, and this chain is looking clean. Bup does need blues though. Okay, Lolo's chain does cut, but so does Bup's. However, I do believe Bup's counters on the 5 and into the 6. Okay, Bup even up just a little bit more. Strong power from the 2 into the 4. 3 games until Bup takes the tournament. However, Lolo still the advantage is able to. That is a very awkward GTR build coming from Lolo's end.
Very tall GTR build.
Okay, so this also
put some pressure on Bup.
This is putting, yeah, it does put some. However, chain is kind of ready, but this is the best way of going about it. Okay.
That's a root.
4 chain versus a 4. Okay.
Oh, it doesn't really have anything here.
Yeah, I can't really see anything for, honestly, either player at the moment. I think there's just like a little bit of fumbling going on.
Bup's got something there.
Okay. It's a 4 chain out. Lolo doesn't have anything. Okay. 2 points each. 2 points each. This is a first to 2. This is just a normal game of ranked. Ah. How these players do with the
pressure.
pressure.
What you tell yourself when you're in this situation?
When I'm in this situation, it's largely just like, okay, I just like try to take a deep breath and see if I all of a sudden start playing beautifully. But anyway, that hits, and Bup very quick on the offense, setting a quick 14 response. Now is on tournament points. Might be set to take it. Lolo needing to win 2 games in a row. Bup making a beautiful comeback.
Really anyone's game here.
Are they going to be able to do what they failed to do in the first set? Okay, Lolo opting to go for the all clear. However, Bup full chain off. He's going to be a 6 chain.
No, it finds the all clear. That's just going to cancel like a rock, isn't it? And then
It's yeah.
Taking set.
Yeah,
Game, set, match.
Yeah, it's not going to be enough as Bup does take the silver bracket of the tournament. Very well played to Lolo for that losers run. And congratulations to Bup for winning the silver bracket. What an incredible show that was put on.
Wow, yeah. Lolo putting up a hell of a fight there. Like, just taking it all the way through the losers, all the way to the grands, taking a bracket reset and just not quite being able to cinch that last couple of games.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. It's always fun to just like see like players of just like players of just like that caliber just fighting against each other, and what a show that was put on. Very nicely played from both, and it was nice just seeing them.
Yeah, incredible play from everyone in that bracket.
Yeah.